Success doesn't care about your feelings. Your emotions are not a roadmap. They're a distraction, a remnant of primitive survival mechanisms that are actively sabotaging your potential in the modern world. While everyone else is celebrating emotional intelligence and teaching you to be kind to yourself, I'm here to tell you that the most successful people in history didn't coddle their emotions. They conquered them. Your feelings are not facts. They're not sacred. And they're certainly not a reliable guide to achieving anything significant in this brutally competitive world. Listen up. Right now, at this very moment, you're standing at the most critical crossroads of your entire life. The person blocking your success, the one holding you back from everything you've ever dreamed of, is staring right back at you in the mirror. Your greatest enemy isn't some external force. It's not your boss, your competition, or the economy. It's you, exactly you. I've spent decades studying successful people, thousands of individuals who transformed their lives from absolute rock bottom to extraordinary achievement. And here's the brutal truth I've discovered: 95 of your limitations are created by you inside your own mind. Think about that for a moment. Close your eyes and really absorb it. Every single barrier, every single obstacle, every single reason you're not where you want to be right now, it's coming from inside you. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I met a young man who was completely stuck, barely making ends meet, working a dead-end job, convinced the world was against him. He had 1,000 excuses. The economy was bad. His boss didn't like him. He didn't have connections. He didn't have opportunities. I looked him dead in the eye and said something that changed his entire life. The only person stopping you is, at first he was angry, defensive, but then something incredible happened. He realized the power of that statement. He understood that every single limitation he thought existed was actually a story he was telling himself. Here's a hard truth most people never want to hear. Your mind is a fantastic storyteller, but it's often the worst narrator of your potential. It creates elaborate narratives of why you can't, why you'll fail, why you're not good enough. These stories are nothing more than psychological prison walls you've constructed around yourself. Most people live their entire lives inside these self-created prisons, believing the bars are made of steel, when they're actually made of nothing more than fear, doubt, and negative self-talk. Your subconscious mind is the most powerful computer in existence. But here's the problem. It doesn't distinguish between truth and the stories you repeatedly tell it. Every time you say, I can't, it's too hard, I'm not good enough. You're programming your internal operating system to believe those statements as absolute truth. Let me break down exactly how this works. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system, a network that filters information based on what you consistently focus on. If you're constantly focusing on limitations, your brain will quite literally filter out opportunities and possibilities. Imagine your mind as a powerful search engine. If you keep searching for reasons why you'll fail, that's exactly what you'll find every single time. But here's the most exciting part. Just as easily as you've programmed limitations, you can reprogram success. Your mind is not a fixed entity. It's a flexible, adaptable system waiting for your command. I've worked with CEOs of multinational corporations and individuals who started with absolutely nothing. And here's what separates the successful from those who remain stuck. Successful people understand that they are the authors of their own story. They don't wait for circumstances to change. They change their internal narrative first. Think about the most successful people, Olympic athletes, billionaire entrepreneurs, world-changing innovators. Do you think they spend their time listing reasons why something can't be done? Absolutely not. They spend their energy finding ways to make it happen. Your potential is not determined by your background, your education, or your current circumstances. It's determined by your willingness to challenge the voice inside your head that says you can't. Every single limitation is a choice. Every single barrier is a story you've chosen to believe. And the most powerful words you'll ever hear are the you have the power to choose a different story. Most people are walking around with an outdated mental software. They're running programs written years ago by fear, by past failures, by other people's opinions. It's like trying to run a modern business on a computer from 1985. It simply doesn't work. Your mind is constantly eavesdropping on your self-talk. Every single thought is a command. Every single belief is an instruction. And right now, your internal system is following the last set of instructions you've given it. So I ask you, what instructions are you giving your mind? Are you telling it you're limited? Are you reinforcing ideas of impossibility? Or are you programming it for extraordinary achievement? The most successful people in the world have learned one fundamental skill. They've become masters of their own mind. They don't allow random thoughts to control their potential. They curate their thinking with the same precision a world-class chef selects ingredients. Your thoughts are the raw ingredients of your future. What recipe are you cooking up? In the next few moments, we're going to dismantle every single mental barrier you've constructed. We're going to expose the lies your mind has been telling you. And most importantly, we're going to give you the tools to rebuild your internal operating system for unprecedented success. Here's the ultimate truth. You are not your past. You are not your current circumstances. You are the architect of your future, and that construction begins right here, right now inside your mind. Now that we've established the primary truth, that you are your own worst enemy, let's dig deep into the psychological mechanisms that create these self-imposed limitations. Most people don't understand how their mind actually works. They think they're making rational decisions, but the truth is far more complex. Your brain is a survival machine programmed over millions of years to keep you safe. Not to help you thrive, not to help you achieve extraordinary success, but to keep you alive. This survival mechanism is brilliant at protecting you from physical threats. But in today's world, it's catastrophically bad at distinguishing between real danger and perceived risk. Your brain treats the fear of public speaking the same way it would treat being chased by a predator. Let me introduce you to what psychologists call the comfort zone. It's not a place of comfort. It's a prison of mediocrity disguised as safety. Every time you feel that flutter of anxiety when considering a big move, when thinking about taking a risk, when contemplating something that could fundamentally change your life, that's your brain's survival mechanism kicking in. It's screaming, stay here. It's safe here. Don't move. But here's the brutal truth. Nothing extraordinary ever happened inside someone's comfort zone. I've studied thousands of successful individuals, and do you know what separates them from everyone else? They've learned to recognize this internal alarm system and deliberately choose to ignore it. Take the concept of imposter syndrome. It's a psychological pattern where individuals doubt their skills, talents, and accomplishments. They live in constant fear of being exposed as a fraud. But here's what most people don't understand. Every single successful person experiences this. The difference is how they respond to it. Unsuccessful people hear that voice of doubt and surrender. Successful people hear that same voice and say, interesting perspective. Now watch me prove you wrong. Your mind has developed incredibly sophisticated defense mechanisms. These aren't just simple thoughts. They're entire narrative systems designed to keep you exactly where you are. Consider childhood conditioning. Most people are walking around with a mental blueprint written before they were 10 years old. Your parents, your teachers, your early experiences, they've written a script that you've been unconsciously following your entire life. How many times did you hear money doesn't grow on trees? Or we can't afford that? Or who do you think you are? These aren't just phrases, they're programming codes that have been embedded in your subconscious. Every time you think about taking a big financial risk, those childhood voices come rushing back. It's too dangerous, they whisper. Play it safe, they counsel, and most people listen. Let me break down the primary psychological barriers that are holding you back. First, the fear of failure. This isn't just a simple emotion. It's a complex psychological defense mechanism. Your brain would rather you do nothing than risk potential embarrassment or disappointment. Second, the imposter syndrome. That nagging voice that says you're not good enough, not smart enough, not deserving enough, it's a lie. And the more successful you become, the louder that voice gets. Third, learned helplessness. This is perhaps the most insidious barrier. It's a state where repeated negative experiences convince you that you have no control over your situation. You stop trying because you believe nothing will change. But here's the most powerful truth. These are all just stories. Stories that you have the power to rewrite. Your mind is not a fixed entity. It's a flexible, adaptable system. Just like you can update the software on your phone, you can update the operating system of your mind. Every single successful person has had to battle these exact same demons. The difference is they've developed a set of mental strategies to overcome them. They've learned to recognize negative self-talk for what it is, just thoughts, not facts. They've developed the ability to challenge their own assumptions. They've created a mental framework that turns obstacles into opportunities. Think about the most successful people in history. Einstein was told he was too stupid to amount to anything. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Steve Jobs was kicked out of the company he founded. Did they let those voices define them? Absolutely not. They recognize these moments as challenges, not limitations. Your mind is constantly eavesdropping on your self-talk. Every thought is a command. Every belief is an instruction. Right now, your internal system is following the last set of instructions you've given it. So I ask you, what instructions are you giving your mind? Are you telling it you're limited? Are you reinforcing ideas of impossibility? Or are you programming it for extraordinary achievement? The battle is not against external circumstances. The battle is inside your mind, and you are the general of this war. In the next section, we're going to give you the tactical strategies to override these psychological barriers. We're going to turn your mind from a prison into a launching pad for extraordinary success. Because you are not your thoughts. You are the one who chooses the thoughts. Now we're going to get tactical. This isn't about theoretical nonsense. This is about real practical strategies to identify and crush the barriers you've placed in your own way. Most people go through life like they're driving with the emergency brake on. They're applying maximum effort, but wondering why they're not moving forward. Those barriers, they're your emergency brake. And today, we're going to release them. Let me introduce you to the most powerful self-assessment tool you'll ever encounter. Radical personal honesty. This isn't about beating yourself up. This is about clear-eyed, unapologetic evaluation of where you are right now, not where you want to be, not where you hope to be, exactly where you are. Take out a piece of paper right now. I want you to draw a line down the middle. On the left side, write down every single thing holding you back, every fear, every doubt, every limitation you've been carrying. Don't hold back. This isn't the time for politeness. This is the time for brutal truth. Maybe you'll write down, I'm afraid of failure. Or I don't believe I'm smart enough. Perhaps I come from a poor background. Or I'm too old to start over. These aren't just words. These are the invisible chains you've been dragging around. Now, on the right side of that paper, I want you to do something revolutionary. For every single limitation, I want you to write a direct counterstatement, a declaration of possibility. I'm afraid of failure becomes failure is just information. It's feedback that shows me how to improve. I don't believe I'm smart enough transforms into intelligence, is learned. My brain is a muscle I can train. I come from a poor background, shifts to my background is my motivation, not my limitation. I'm too old to start over, becomes experience is my greatest asset. I have wisdom younger people can't even imagine. This is more than positive thinking. This is strategic mental reprogramming. Let me tell you about pattern recognition. Your brain is constantly creating neural pathways. Every time you think a thought, you're literally carving a groove in your brain. And negative thoughts create deep, well-worn paths. Positive, strategic thoughts create new neural highways. Most people are driving on the same old dirt road of limitation. I'm teaching you how to build a superhighway of possibility. Now let's talk about your personal diagnostic tool. I call this the 3R method: recognition, reflection, reconstruction. Recognition. Catch yourself in the act of negative self-talk. Most people aren't even aware they're doing it. Your internal dialogue is like background noise you've learned to ignore. Start listening. Reflection. Ask yourself the most powerful question in personal development. Is this thought actually true, or is it just a story I'm telling myself? Reconstructs. Deliberately place that limiting thought with an empowering alternative. Here's a practical exercise. For the next 7 days, I want you to wear a rubber band on your wrist every single time you catch yourself in a negative thought. Snap that band. It's not punishment, it's awareness training. You're creating a physical interrupt to your mental pattern. You're telling your brain, hey, we're not going down that road anymore. Let's talk about your personal history. Most people are living their future based on their past, but your past is not a prediction. It's just a reference point. I've worked with individuals who came from unimaginable circumstances, people who were told they would never amount to anything, people who were written off by everyone around them. The common thread: they refused to let their history define their potential. Your background is your launching pad, not your anchor. Your failures are not fatal. They are fertilizer for future growth. Consider the concept of emotional intelligence. It's not about being nice. It's about understanding the strategic landscape of your internal world. Can you recognize your emotional triggers? Can you understand the difference between a real threat and a perceived limitation? Can you manage your internal state with the same precision a fighter pilot manages an aircraft? Most people can't. And that's why most people remain stuck. Break down your limitations into their component parts. What specific beliefs are driving your behavior? What exact fears are holding you back? Is it fear of judgment, fear of financial instability, fear of looking stupid? Name it, claim it, and then strategically dismantle it. Your limitations are like a complex machine, and you are the engineer. You don't need to be afraid of the machine. You need to understand how it works. I want you to develop what I call possibility thinking. This isn't wishful thinking. This is strategic imagine. What would entice your peers? I want you to ask yourself, what would this look like if it were easy? What's the simplest path forward? Most people make things complicated. Successful people find the simplest solution and execute relentlessly. Your job is not to be perfect. Your job is to be strategic. Your job is to keep moving forward. Remember, so your potential is not determined by your past. It's determined by your next move. In the next section, we're going to transform these insights into a systematic approach for personal transformation. We're going to turn your limitations from roadblocks into stepping stones. Because you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your future. Here's the hard truth about transformation. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistent, strategic action. Most people are waiting for some magical moment of motivation. They're sitting around hoping for a lightning bolt of inspiration to strike. Let me tell you something. Transformation happens in the trenches. It happens in the daily, sometimes mundane choices you make when nobody's watching. I've studied success for over 4 decades. I've worked with thousands of individuals from every conceivable background. And here's what separates achievers from the dreamers: systematic, relentless execution. Your life right now is exactly the result of your current system of operations, not your intentions, not your hopes, your actual day-to-day system. Let's break down systematic personal transformation into actionable, repeatable strategies. Personalize goal setting with surgical precision. Most people's goals are wishes. They're fluffy clouds of hope floating around with no real substance. I want you to create goals that have the precision of a military operation. Here's my goal-setting framework. I call it the CLEAR method. Concise. Your goal must be crystal clear. I want to be successful is not a goal. I will increase my income by 40 in the next 12 months by developing a new skill set in digital marketing. That's a goal. Your goals need to have both short-term and long-term components. Think of it like a GPS. You need both your immediate next turn and your final destination. Executable. Every single goal must have specific measurable action steps. If you can't break it down into actionable items, it's not a real goal. It's a daydream. Accountable. You need a system of tracking, weekly reviews, monthly assessments, quarterly deep dives. Your goals are living documents, not stone tablets. Realistic. Ambitious, but not delusional. Stretch yourself, but don't break yourself. Let me give you a practical example. Let's say your current goal is, I want to be financially successful. Wrong. Here's how we transform that. By December 31st, I will increase my monthly income by $500 by developing a digital marketing consulting side business. I will dedicate 10 hours per week to learning digital marketing skills through online courses. I will secure 2 freelance clients by September 1st. I will track my progress every Sunday evening and adjust my strategy accordingly. See the difference? That's not a wish. That's a battle plan. Second, the habit transformation matrix. Your habits are the software of your life, and most people are running outdated, virus-infected software. I want you to create what I call the habit transformation matrix. Take a piece of paper, draw 3 columns. Column 1, current habits. Column 2, corresponding negative outcome, replacement habit. This is current habit. Watching 3 hours of TV every night. Negative outcome. 0 personal development, wasted time, replacement habit. 2 hours of skill learning, 1 hour of physical exercise. You're not just eliminating habits, you're strategically replacing them. That, the run and improvement principle. Consistent ream improvements compound dramatically over time. If you improve by just 1 every single day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. Not 37 better, 37 times better. Most people want massive overnight transformation. That's not how real change works. Change is incremental. Change is boring. Change is showing up every single day and doing the work. Fourth, the energy management paradigm. Stop managing your time. Start managing your energy. Productivity is not about working longer. It's about working smarter, It's about understanding your natural energy cycles and optimizing them. Track your energy levels. When are you most creative? When are you most analytical? When do you feel most motivated? Design your day around your energy, not an arbitrary clock. The continuous learning protocol. Your brain is a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs consistent training. I want you to commit to learning something new every single week, not just consuming information, actively learning, practicing, implementing. Read one book per month in your field. Take one online course every quarter. Attend one professional development seminar annually. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. 6, the resilience conditioning system. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a component of success. Every single successful person has a portfolio of failures. The difference is they see failures as data points, not death sentences. Create a failure journal after every setback. Write down what happened, what you learned, how you'll approach it differently next time. You're not dwelling on failure. You're extracting its maximum value. 7th, the relationships optimization strategy. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, period. Audit your relationships. Who is elevating you? Who is draining you? Who challenges you to grow? Who keeps you stuck? Your environment is not neutral. It's either accelerating or decelerating your success. 8th, the mental fitness regimen. Treat your mind like an elite athlete treats their body. Consistent training, strategic recovery, deliberate performance optimization. Meditation, journaling, visualization. These are not soft skills. These are high-performance training techniques. 9th, the financial consciousness upgrade. Money is not the goal. Money is a tool, and most people are operating with a broken toolkit. Learn financial literacy, understand investment, develop multiple income streams. See money as a strategic resource, not a mysterious force. 10th, the purpose alignment protocol. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. Your goals must align with a deeper purpose, not just what you want to achieve, but why you want to achieve it. Connect your daily actions to a larger mission. Your motivation must transcend momentary. This is not theory. This is Azan Lu, comprehensive strategy for personal transformation. Every single strategy I've shared is actionable right now. Today, this moment, your potential is not a destination. It's a continuous process of strategic evolution. Are you ready to become the architect of your own extraordinary life? We've arrived at the most critical moment, the point where knowledge transforms into action. Everything we discuss means nothing if you walk out of here and return to your old patterns. Transformation is not a lecture, it's a lifestyle. You are standing at a crossroads. And right now, your future self is watching you, waiting to see what you'll choose. Will you be the person who knows what to do but never does it? Or will you be the person who turns insight into unstoppable momentum? Let me be brutally clear. The greatest enemy you'll ever face is not external. It's the voice inside your head that says, not today, maybe later, I'm not good enough. Those are lies, and you have the power to shut them down. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. This is the main performance. And you are the lead actor, the director, and the writer. Every single day, you have a choice to grow or a choice to stagnate, a choice to push beyond your comfort zone or to remain trapped within it. Sustained growth is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when the world seems to be working against you. I want you to create what I call a non-negotiable personal development contract with yourself. Write down 5 commitments you will not break. Not for anyone, not for any reason. These are your fundamental growth principles. Maybe it's, I will learn something new every week. Maybe it's, I will exercise for 30 minutes every day. Maybe it's, I will read 1 book per month in my field of expertise. These aren't just actions. They're declarations of who you are becoming. Your potential is not a destination. It's a continuous journey of strategic evolution. And the most powerful word in that journey is yet. I'm not good enough yet. I don't understand this yet. I haven't achieved my goals yet. That 3-letter word is your secret weapon. It transforms limitations into possibilities. Remember this. The most dangerous words in the human language are I can't, and it's impossible. Those words are dream killers. They are potential assassins. Successful people don't see obstacles. They see opportunities for growth. They see challenges as invitations to become stronger, smarter, more resilient. Your job is not to be perfect. Your job is to be relentless. Relentless in your learning, relentless in your growth, relentless in challenging the voice inside your head that says you can't. Every single day, you are either moving towards your potential or away from it. There is no neutral ground, no holding pattern, no pause button on personal growth. The most powerful investment you'll ever make is the investment in yourself, not in stocks, not in real estate, in yourself. Your mind is the most sophisticated technology in the universe, and you are its programmer. So I ask you, what code are you writing? Are you programming limitation or possibility? Fear or courage? Mediocrity or excellence? The choice has always been yours, and it always will be. Stand up. Take action. Become the architect of your own extraordinary life. Your future is not something that happens to you. It's something you create, one strategic decision at a time.